What a breaking news leaked. Chad reinstates ties with Prince Harry's conservation charity. The world of conservation trembled with hope and restoration as breaking news poured in from N'Djamena. The Republic of Chad has officially reinstated its management agreements with African parks. The globally revered conservation charity, whose board proudly includes Britain's Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex. The announcement, confirmed by the Ministry of Environment and African Parks in unison, marks a moment of triumph not just for conservation, but for trust, leadership, and the unwavering dedication of Prince Harry towards safeguarding the world's natural heritage. What a breaking moment for Africa, for the planet, and for those who believe that partnership, purpose, and persistence can heal what politics once fractured. Just last week, Chad had stunned conservationists when it suddenly severed ties with African parks, a decision that sent shockwaves across environmental circles. But now, in a remarkable reversal of fate, the Central African nation has chosen restoration over rupture, dialogue over division, and commitment over conflict. The ties are back, with full effect, the ministry declared, marking the dawn of renewed collaboration for the protection of some of Africa's most delicate ecosystems. African Parks, founded in 2000, has been the beating heart of modern conservation in Africa, managing over 20 national parks and protected areas spanning 13 countries. The return of Chad to this vital network is not just symbolic, it's historic. It represents the resilience of cooperation and the influence of those who quietly but powerfully dedicate their lives to a greater cause. Prince Harry, who has served as president of African Parks since 2017 and later joined its board, has consistently shown the world that leadership is not about titles, it's about impact. His steady voice, deep connection with Africa, and visible passion for nature have made him one of the most trusted and admired conservation figures of his generation. Sources close to the discussions reveal that this turnaround didn't happen by accident. There were quiet talks, calm diplomacy, and the gentle but firm insistence that conservation must transcend politics. African Parks, known for its integrity and results-driven management, presented its vision again, one rooted in sustainability, community empowerment, and ecological restoration. The message resonated. The Ministry of Environment, in Chad, inspired by the potential for progress, confirmed that new joint management deals are being negotiated, ensuring that ongoing projects will not only resume, but expand. For Prince Harry, this news carries profound meaning. His connection with Africa stretches back decades, to his early days working on anti-poaching initiatives in Botswana, to his deep friendships across the continent, to his long-standing belief that Africa holds the key to environmental rebirth. Time and again he has emphasized that nature and humanity are inseparable, that protecting wildlife is protecting the soul of the planet. This reinstatement is, in many ways, a validation of that lifelong devotion. Observers in London, Johannesburg, and Nairobi all describe this development as a moral victory for the conservation community. After years of witnessing global environmental crises, from the burning Amazon to vanishing species, the renewal of Chad's cooperation signals that countries can correct course, choose collaboration, and rekindle the flame of ecological responsibility. The African Parks model, underpinned by science, governance, and local partnerships, stands as a blueprint for success. And now, with Chad back in the fold, that blueprint shines even brighter. The ministry's statement was brief, but powerful. The government of Chad recognizes the important role African Parks has played in managing our protected areas and conserving our biodiversity. We have restored management agreements with full effect and look forward to new joint management initiatives. In that single paragraph lies the weight of restored trust, an acknowledgement that partnership is the only path forward. Prince Harry's supporters have described the news as the return of balance. Social media platforms buzzed with joy and relief as environmentalists, celebrities, and global organizations celebrated the comeback. When Harry is involved, hope always finds a way, wrote one conservationist from Kenya. Another tweeted, "This is leadership with compassion. The world needs more of this energy." Indeed, Harry's influence is one of conviction and quiet confidence, a reminder that doing good doesn't need fanfare, only faith. African Parks, in its statement, echoed gratitude and humility. We are deeply encouraged by the government of Chad's decision to reinstate our partnership and look forward to working together once again in managing protected areas for the benefit of people and wildlife, it said. Behind those words are years of hard-earned respect and proven results. From restoring degraded lands to supporting local livelihoods, the organization's record speaks volumes. Its projects have generated employment, strengthened tourism, and secured habitats that might otherwise have disappeared. For the people of Chad, this announcement is not abstract, it's tangible. Communities that depend on protected areas for ecotourism, sustainable agriculture, and employment see this as a return of opportunity. The national parks, once managed under African Parks model, had seen improvements in security, anti-poaching operations, and community projects. When ties were suspended, uncertainty loomed. Now, that uncertainty has been replaced with renewed optimism. Rangers can return to the field, conservation programs can resume, wildlife can once again thrive under structured care. And in the midst of it all stands Prince Harry. Not as a distant royal, but as a man of purpose who has consistently rolled up his sleeves for causes that matter. Those who have seen him in Africa describe him as hands-on, empathetic, and deeply connected. He has spent time with rangers, visited orphaned elephants, and engaged local communities with genuine humility. His leadership within African parks is neither symbolic nor ceremonial. It is active, visionary, and respected. This latest development reinforces that legacy. Diplomatic insiders suggest that Harry's influence helped keep dialogue alive behind the scenes. His name, reputation, and sincerity carry a unique moral weight. The Duke's belief in sustainable partnership has long been at the core of his conservation advocacy, and it appears that belief helped turn crisis into cooperation. While Harry himself has not yet made a public comment, sources within African parks suggest he has privately expressed deep gratitude to the Chadian government and reaffirmed his commitment to ensuring Africa's wild spaces remain protected for generations to come. The ripple effects of this reinstatement stretch far beyond Chad. Other nations in the region are taking note, a reminder that conservation partnerships rooted in transparency and mutual respect can withstand storms. It's also a signal to the global environmental community that setbacks can be temporary, but commitment must be permanent. The path forward will include re-strengthening management structures, rebuilding local trust, and expanding community programs that align conservation with human welfare. Environmental analysts have noted that this decision comes at a time when Africa faces growing pressures from climate change, population growth, and resource competition. Protected areas are more vital than ever, not just for wildlife, but for water security, carbon capture, and cultural identity. Reinstating the African Parks Partnership is therefore not just a conservation move. It's a climate action milestone. By managing land sustainably and empowering communities, the organization contributes directly to resilience and adaptation. The world is watching as Chad and African parks embark on this new chapter. Expectations are high, but so is hope. Conservationists envision not only the restoration of past projects, but also the creation of new ones, projects that integrate renewable energy, education, and technology into conservation models. African Park's track record with innovation makes this highly likely. Its success stories in Malawi, Rwanda, and Zambia have shown that when leadership meets community, miracles follow. Prince Harry's unwavering involvement has been a steady source of inspiration throughout. Despite relentless scrutiny from tabloids, he has remained laser-focused on causes that uplift humanity and heal the earth. From mental health to veterans' welfare to environmental protection, his life's mission has always been about service beyond self. This victory, the reinstatement of Chad's trust, will go down as one of the many quiet triumphs that define his legacy. As the sun sets over Zakuma National Park, one of Chad's natural jewels once managed under African parks. The land itself seems to breathe easier. The elephants, whose herds were once decimated by poaching but revived under African park stewardship, now symbolize endurance. Their survival story mirrors the story of this partnership, threatened, challenged, but ultimately redeemed. And somewhere within that symbolism lies the heart of what Prince Harry stands for: redemption through persistence, compassion through action. The world is full of fleeting headlines, but this one endures because it speaks to something timeless: the human capacity to repair, to rebuild, to begin again. Chad's reinstatement of ties with African parks is more than administrative news. It's a declaration of faith in the future. It's a message that when we choose understanding over pride and collaboration over isolation, the planet wins. Today, as global leaders, conservationists, and citizens celebrate this turn of events, there is a collective sense of renewal. The Duke of Sussex once said, "We can't recover the lost wilderness, but we can protect what's left, and in doing so, rediscover ourselves." Those words now echo through the savannas of Chad, through the halls of African Park's headquarters, and through the hearts of everyone who believes that hope is worth fighting for. What a breaking news leaked indeed, one that restores not just a partnership, but faith itself. The people of Chad, the rangers in the parks, the families whose livelihoods depend on tourism, and the wildlife that calls the grasslands home, all have reason to smile again. And at the centre of this monumental moment stands Prince Harry, whose quiet strength continues to turn adversity into action and headlines into hope. The return of trust, the return of balance, the return of Africa's heartbeat. Chad has spoken, African Parks has risen once more, and the Duke of Sussex's vision of unity between man and nature shines brighter than ever.
The submission itself sounds nice. And to my amazing and peculiar Sussex family, thank you all for watching our videos and tuning in to Daily Diaries Friday's update. Keep it light, keep it there, and see you next time in our next episode. Bye bye. May you have a good day and a good time. Keep shining. Bye bye.